in progress.
Okay, so we have a Siklu folder on the network. Into it. What do we do? Yeah, so here it is, Siklu Terragraph multi-hull, and this is the main access point, and this is what's really interesting: the long-range terminal, which allows the use of a 2-foot dish, which is really cool. So that's built right into the product, and let's see here. Here it's saying 720 meters range, but that's not dealing with the size of dish, of 1/2/1 foot, channel 4, blah, 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 blah. So when you get into the actual link budget calculator, you've got 12 dB more than the link budget calculator is going to default to, because it's defaulting to a 1/2 foot antenna. So when we go over to the link budget calculator on Siklu, so I have it right now. It's set up from client to AP. And from client to AP, there's a number of ways to run this stuff. Let's see if we can get a good feeling on this. The profiles. So in this case, I think we do have, this is based on a link of 500 meters. So let's put this on a link of 1,200 meters. Now on 1,200 meters, we're able to maintain link all but 5 hours of the year, and at a 310 meg capacity, and 98.97% of the year with a 950 meg capacity. Interesting that we never get above that. Or perhaps we do. Perhaps we do. These are the higher data rates. So why we're not seeing that, I'm not sure. We'll PDF that result as well. Now we will uplink direction only. Repeat the calculated direction from, okay, so this is for the uplink only. Okay, interesting. MHM 360 is uplink only. Yeah, right. So that's the uplink. Now let's look on the downlink. We move to the highest frequency, and we're not using a 1/2 foot dish. We're using a 2-foot dish, so we take this and make it -10 instead of 2, because we're adding those 12 dB antenna. In this case, we're hitting 1025 on the downlink, which is great. So the system will definitely maintain our requirements on the face of it. Getting in more detail, which is like sector capacity, is another matter. Now, we could try stretching it a bit further. Let's see what happens if we go to 1,300 meters. And here, no, we're still in pretty good shape. 99% of the time, we are at full gig. So what's that? $265 days of the year, we are able to maintain this, I guess, and then this is part of the year. Okay, this is down 365 days. Okay, just down all of that time. So let's see if we can get in closer, whether that helps at all with the modulations. You go to higher modulations. Why is it we're only at these lower modulations? And yes, now we're at the higher modulation. And so at 700 meters. And we got the -10, and we got, yeah, So now I've uploaded these various reports to the server. Now, obviously, with a Terragraph solution, we're not going to have the same kind of alignment issues. Oh, the 2 foot dish, it will be hairier, but we have this selection of 2 foot, 1 foot, or less, the half a foot. We would sort of want to take what they're predicting and then hedge by at least one level for sizing. So here, 950 is enough for the download on our speed test. And 97% of the time is enough. But that's right at the edge of where we want to call it. And so that is at 1,800 meters. Now on the uplink, it's going to be less. But we don't need as much speed either, as much throughput either on the uplink according to testing criteria. So 1,800 looks just a tad aggressive. And if it still looks aggressive at 17, we're going to define our cell edge a little bit less than that. Still, again, we're not quite at the point where we're like 3 nines total availability. We definitely have to have a backup unit. So let's take it down another 1,600. Now it's starting to look more realistic. And we are, in fact, at 3 nines. So for the absolute cell edge, I would propose we call it 1,600 meters based on this, because we can, add a 5 gigahertz to 3.65 backup or whatnot as well. But let's go ahead and get that into our document. So let me pause this. So now we will flip it around and go from the reverse end up. Again, we're minus 10, that's good. 64.8, that's good. 1,600 meters. So set on Sacramento. And here we're still doing fine for the absolute cell edge. So we'll go ahead and save that. We don't see any big problem with the downlink either. So we've got our hard cell edge. And then we can look at the fancier stuff, which is what our friend wants. Let me get that fancy stuff for him. Namely, that we are not, we want, no, that's what we've got. We've got the MCS. It's okay. So no, we flip it now to range up to 3 kilometers. And let's see what happens now. So this is showing we could do 2 kilometers at 2.9. And now we're going to define the cell edge where a backup is required, right? Based on its availability, we're rock solid at 700 meters. And so, I would say, other than for absolute enterprise requirements, we could say you could be on a single link up to 900 meters and margin it down a bit. Let's go to 850 meters on a single link. In this model, 850 meters would put you at almost, it would put you at 5, just under 5 nines, which is just a few minutes of downtime. So I don't know. Let's at least put it at 750 meters. So I will pause.